Hello everybody, weebrabbit here, and welcome back to our Let's Play of Persona 3 Portable. In the last part, we got the game started. You guys saw a little bit of the intro. Obviously, something is going on in this world, which I'll explain some of the lore and stuff as I feel it's appropriate. You know, we're not quite there yet, but Terrific is here. He's excited to see where this game goes. Say hello, Terrific.
Yo, what is going on, people? This is your boy Terrific here, coming at you with another episode of Persona. And in this episode, spoiler alert, we're going to find out that, what's her name again? Time traveled, and that's why the teacher looks like her so much, because it's actually her.
Nice. That's a pretty good theory. Good job. It's a terrible theory, but hey, at least you're thinking, I guess. You're thinking cap on. That's nice.
Heck yeah.
All right, so you can turn on the TV, you can check it on at various times. Sometimes it has interesting stuff, sometimes it doesn't. This one says it's a trend that just might spread all over town. Our next story is about the cherry blossoms. It's springtime and they're all over town now. So the first one seemed like it was hinting at something, but it got cut off. Something about something spreading all over town. So I'll have to keep an eye out for that. Remember that.
Okay.
All right, if we talk to Yukari, she says, "Oh, hi, what are you doing?" What are you doing? Just killing time, doing nothing. You're probably pretty tired, huh? Maybe you should go to bed early tonight. Yeah, everyone's just telling me to go to bed, which is kind of lame. In the fifth game, people hated it because your cat companion will literally stop you from like doing activities by telling you to go to bed. People are so mad at him. That's so funny. If we reach that game someday in the channel, oh man, you'll see what I mean.
Okay.
Mitsuru says, "You really shouldn't be outside on your own at night. It's too dangerous. Anyway, you must be tired. You should get a good night's rest." Yeah, so people are being kind of lame. They're telling me to go to bed. As we head to bed, though, I just wanted to say that if you hear the music is pretty interesting. A lot of it is done by, I think in this game especially, it's a Japanese rapper called Lotus Juice. So in this game, his name is Lotus Juice.
Okay.
So in this game, especially, you'll hear like a lot of like rap and like the music's always really good in these games, but this one you'll hear like a lot of like rap and like a lot of like kind of like more urban music, which is kind of cool. So if you pay attention to the music, it's pretty cool.
Okay, nice.
Later at the dormitory lounge, so this is supposed to be like after we left, I guess. A young man walked down the stairs as Mitsuru was reading a book.
I'm going out for a bit.
All right, so we aren't the only guy here, so there is an nurse student here.
Have you seen the newspapers lately?
I know. People who had no problems before are suddenly developing acute cases of apathy syndrome.
Okay, so that's the thing they were hinting at earlier on the TV. So something called apathy syndrome.
I've seen it in the news quite often lately. They say it's due to stress, but...
Yeah, right. It has to be them.
Oh, them, huh?
Otherwise, it's not worth my time.
You have a one-track mind. Will you be okay on your own?
Don't worry, I'm just getting a little practice.
All right, so something about them, something about him going out to like test his luck and his skills.
𝐸𝐴𝐵𝐸𝐴.
Interesting. Alrighty, so like I said, you can tell something's happening in this world that we just aren't privy to yet. You overhear a conversation. Did you hear the rumor? Oh, something about a bathroom? No, not that one. I mean a story about the first-year student. Not only does she stop coming to school, she does nothing but sit and stare at the walls all day. If her mother tries to talk to her, she only mutters to herself, "It's coming, it's coming." Huh, how about that? You don't believe me? The first bell has rung. Alrighty, so we're getting more info about some sort of weird going on. Alright, so future Yukari says, "Open your textbooks and we'll take a look at your first novel by Zenzu Kasai. Why him? I'd rather teach Otsubu Kabuta. He became famous as a singer, but he's also produced fine literature. I wonder why it's not in the textbook. Well, I'll just bring Kabuta's book next time. Hey, Junpei, were you listening? Who did I say was my favorite author?" And he's like, what? He's all confused. Pisps, who does she like? So this is a big part of the game that there will be, because obviously we're going to school, there is going to be questions that you answer to test like your knowledge and stuff, and to like it goes into your points, which you'll see in a moment. So as you pay attention to Did you pay attention to who she said she liked?
Fuyohiki Yoshimura.
No, it was the second one.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
You totally failed. That's right. You were listening
it
to
was
me
between
after
the
all.
two.
Oh, shut up. Well, you know how I like to pay attention, says Junpei. Man, you saved my bacon, 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐤. You hear your classmates whispering. 𝐥𝐤𝐤 gave him the answer. He must pay attention in class. You became slightly more popular. So that is another section of this game. There's like so many bits of gameplay and there's so many mechanics. So there are characteristics, there's traits like courage, academics, and charm that you need to work on those as well as your fighting skills for like the dungeons, for your social stuff. So right there, our charm increased by a little bit. So that's something else to work on. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, it is. Man, this game is pretty deep.
It is. That's why the games are so long, because there's just so much to work on and so much to do. It's like pretty crazy. So it says, class has ended for today. There's nothing to do, so you decide to go back to the dorm. Yeah, so later it opens up a bit more where it actually gives us options of how we want to spend our time. Right now it's just kind of pushing us through because, you know, we don't really know much yet. The dormitory lounge. Yukari is already here talking with an unfamiliar man.
Oh, he's back.
So, this is our new guest.
This guy reminds you of somebody. Does he remind you of somebody, like some sort of like an actor or something, like a celebrity? I swear he reminds me of somebody, but I can't put my finger on who.
Oh, dude! Obviously, this dude is meant to be Nicolas Cage.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Oh, that's so stupid.
Good evening.
I swear he reminds me of somebody though, for real. I don't know who though. I don't know. Whatever.
My name is 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐿. I'm the chairman of the board for your school. 𝐿𝐤𝐤𝐿. Hard to say, isn't it?
Don't you patronize me. Just get on mad at him.
That's why I don't like introducing myself. Even I get tongue-tied sometimes. I apologize about the confusion regarding your accommodations. However, it may take a while longer before you receive the proper room assignment. Is there anything you'd like to ask?
Nah, I don't really care. Who cares?
Then I hope you have a successful school year. Now, if you'll excuse me, you must be tired from all the excitement. You should go to bed early.
God damn it. Everybody needs to stop telling me to go to bed. That's what makes it annoying. People telling you to go to bed is what makes it annoying. Like, you don't even get the choice. People are just telling you, man. So shut up.
As they say, the early bird catches the bookworm. Please forgive the bad pun.
No, I will not forgive that. She's just like, oh, this dork.
You'll get used to his lame jokes.
All right, you should rest for today. You decide to return to your room and sleep. All right, so this is where it gets kind of weird. So we're sleeping, right? Later, at a certain room in the dormitory.
Working hard? So, how's he doing?
That's right, they're spying on us.
He went to bed a little while ago. He's asleep now. Mr. Chairman, do you think he's...
Well, let's wait and see for now.
Yeah, so they're spying on us. That's kind of creepy, right?
The dark hour is approaching.
Yeah, it is.
Alrighty, so it has something to do with the dark hour, though. Remember the dark hour has something to do with it. Meanwhile, in a back alley of Tatsumi Port Island.
This sucks.
Says upbeat music is playing from the radio that the man threw away.
KJ Radio presents the Bay Tuners. Tune in again next week for more of the hits.
This program is brought to you by 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐿 Electronics. 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐿 Electronics, always there when you need them. The time is now midnight.
Ah, there we go, midnight. Remember, that's important.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, what's gonna happen? Boom, time explodes. So look at that. The environment changed.
Why?
So he's like, huh?
What the? What's happening to me?
So he's like bleeding out of his eyes and stuff.
Eek.
So that's not creepy at all, right? Damn, right?
No, not at all.
All right, back in a certain room in the dormitory.
He's still sleeping. The dark hour occurs every day at 12 midnight. You could say it's the hidden hour.
Yeah, so they're explaining it a little bit. They're kind of a little bit of a lore dump.
During this time, an ordinary person transmogrifies into a coffin and is oblivious to all that occurs.
Then he must be...
As you can see, he's retained his human form. He's asleep, but he's definitely experiencing the dark hour. The only question that remains is whether or not he has the potential.
Wouldn't that be so crazy if that was real? That there was just like a hidden hour we didn't know about?
Dude, that would be pretty crazy.
That would be. That's just like. That's why this game's so interesting. It's just such a weird concept. Like, think about it. It's just this hidden hour that nobody's aware of except like a few like chosen people. And it's like literally like the world continues for like an hour that's secret and like nobody knows. That'd be like so weird. It's such an interesting concept though.
Although,
Yeah,
he must.
what if it
didn't,
does
They would
happen?
have preyed on him by now.
Yeah, how do we know? How do we know it doesn't? Right? Like, what if like there really is some magic
Yeah.
happening? Yeah.
Scary.
Like, what if a day is actually like 36 hours? What if there's gonna hit like 12 hours that we don't know about?
Dude,
In any case,
that
we should
would be
continue to
wild.
monitor him for a few more days.
Okay, so as you can see, so the midnight thing happens every day. There's a secret hour. Normally, people transform into a coffin to like not be aware. But our character, he is still awake, so he's experiencing it. So that means that there's something special about him.
Yes, sir. I feel kind of bad, though, spying on him like this.
Sorry, dude's just sleeping. So someone said master. Master 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐿. Best name ever. Alrighty, so some sort of a door. So this is going to be a recurring thing in the Persona games, and I'll explain it after we talk to this guy. Oh, I love this theme. This theme is so good. This little like music right here. Alrighty.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
What do you think of this guy?
Ew, that nose.
It's like it's bigger than his whole head. Think about it. It's like twice the length of his head. Yeah, his name is. You'll see in a moment.
How does he? Okay.
Yeah, isn't he a handsome boy?
No.
He's like, no, I'm scared. Like, go away, please. All right. So anyway, welcome to the Velvet Room. He said.
My name is Igor. I am delighted to make your acquaintance.
Alrighty, so a little bit of a, Igor, kind of, like the, what do you call it, Dr. Frankenstein assistant. Kind of has a little bit of that accent too, so you can tell they're kind of going for that.
This
Yeah.
is Elizabeth. She's a resident here, like myself.
All right, what do you think of Elizabeth?
Wait, what?
I
Say that
said,
again?
no, I was saying, so that's Elizabeth. I'm like, what do you think of Elizabeth? From what you can see.
Oh, okay, my bad. Honestly, she's kind of cute. I like her.
All right, cool.
Pleased to meet
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, they have like that weird kind of like what is it, like Eastern European accent, kind of weird.
This
Mhm.
place exists between dream and reality, mind and matter. Only those who have signed the contract can enter this place.
Says the paper you signed at the dorm is lying before Igor.
Henceforth, you shall be welcome here in the Velvet Room.
Yeah, so real quick, I'll take the moment to explain. So in each of the Persona games, and this is all of them, even like the very first one, because the way that the Persona series works is that it kind of sucks, but 3, 4, and 5 are the more modern ones. They're the ones that have the social links and like the more, life sim options. Those are the ones that are really popular. Those are the ones that everybody plays, and they got remakes, etc. But before those 3, there was the original 3, because it was part 1, and then part 2 was split in 2 parts, which is interesting. And basically, in the first 3, which is like 1 and 2, and 2, part 1 and part 2, even in those, you can visit the Velvet Room. And the whole point of the Velvet Room is that it's a recurring location that people who have the power to, I'm just going to spoil it, but we'll find out in a moment, to summon personas. That's the whole point of the series. That's called Persona. People who can summon personas, they have access to this Velvet Room. And the guy who works here, his name is Igor, and he is the assistant to this deity called, I'm not gonna remember what the deity's called at the moment, unfortunately. But that guy is represented by, remember how we saw the blue butterfly?
Yeah.
In the first 2 games, he's an actual guy walking around like an actual deity, but some stuff goes down at the end of the second game that causes there to be like a world reset and like a different timeline, which is the one we're on now for 3, 4, and 5. And so that guy basically doesn't have like a form anymore, and so he appears as a guiding butterfly. And basically this guy Igor, he is that guy's creation. He's that guy's assistant. And so he's always here to help the protagonist with their persona abilities. And you'll kind of see what he does later. But yeah, this guy, the whole point is that he's the one that runs the Velvet Room in place of that guy, which was name I forget at the moment. And then he always has an assistant with him. And like in this game, it's Elizabeth. And we'll kind of see what Elizabeth's role is too. That's the whole point with the Velvet Room. It's like this metaphysical like mind thing that any protagonist has access to. So pretty interesting lore. That's pretty interesting, yeah. So he says, you'll be welcome here in the Velvet Room.
You are destined to hone your unique ability, and you will require my help to do so. I only ask one thing in return. That you abide by the contract and assume responsibility for the choices you make.
Is this the dream?
Precisely. You are fast asleep in the real world as we speak. This visit of yours is merely a dream. However, you will come here of your own accord sooner or later.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can visit here in dreams, or later you'll see that you can kind of get here like via the real world as well. So that's kind of interesting.
Hold on to this.
Yeah, so he gave us the key. So that's what that just shows that we like belong here,
Till we meet again.
Alrighty. Oh, and the Velvet Room in each game, it's a different thing. Here, for some reason, the Velvet Room is a moving elevator. I don't know if you noticed that. It's an elevator we were in.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what that space was.
So yeah, it's interesting. In this game, it's an elevator. So that's kind of cool. It says, you felt like you had a strange dream. It's time to go to school. I just brush it off like, eh. Junpei says, yo, man, I'm so sleepy today. In times like these, it's best to sleep in during class. If you ever notice how sometimes taking a nap in class makes you feel more refreshed than sleeping at home, don't sleep in class. What? Why do you have to be all serious? That feeling of being completely recharged is awesome, but I'm screwed later since I didn't hear the lecture. Oh, but we have classic literature today. That means we're stuck with Mr. Nasty Old 𝐥𝐤𝐤. So he's kind of giving you a hint that if we want, we can actually sleep during class, or we can choose to stay awake. And as I told you before, that helps with your stats. So he says, I'm Mr. 𝐥𝐤𝐤.
I doubt.
Oh, what's up?
I was gonna say, I doubt you plan on sleeping too much in class, though, especially if you want to boost up your stats, though.
Yeah, the only reason you would is that later, once you start exploring and fighting and stuff, your character might be like in like not the best condition, and I think you get some of your health back and stuff during sleeping. But yeah, usually I avoid it. You won't really see me doing that, but that would be the reason you might want to. So Mr. Chris says, I'll be teaching you about good old Japan all year. Some people say classic lit isn't relevant to everyday life, but oh, how they're wrong. The students, the other teachers, wrong. Nobody really understands classic lit. You feel tired. Close your eyes for a few minutes. Nah, we're gonna stay awake. See? Hey, are you all listening to me? Wake up, children, and open your textbooks. First on our syllabus is Issei Monogatari, the origin of Japanese literature. It's a very interesting story. You youngsters might call it the bomb. Even he's like ellipses. Sigh. I can tell you people are zoning out. You stayed up and listened to the lecture. There you go. Our academics increased. Last time it was charm. This time it was academics. All right, you decided to go home with Junpei. See, on the way home, though, this is going to be one of the things we can explore. Polonia Mall.
Whenever I hang out with the guys from school, we usually end up here. There's a karaoke box, an arcade, and oh, this is where you come to rent out CDs, too. Then there's that club over there. But of course, I've never seen the inside.
It says the station is bustling with students on their way home. That's it. But yeah, that kind of gave us a hint. There's a bunch of places in that mall that we can visit during our free time later. So that's what I'm saying. That's where it becomes super big. Okay. It's every day you decide like what stuff you want to do. So that's where the game's interesting. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So Mitsuru said, welcome back. The moon is beautiful tonight. It might be nice to read a book by moonlight once in a while. Alrighty, so she's just hanging out here. Let's see what Yukari says real quick. There used to be a dorm mother here to do stuff like cooking, but there's just us students here now. It'd be great to have somebody like that doing stuff for us, don't you think? You're right. I mean, I'm not a good cook, and Mitsuru Senpai doesn't do things like that. It's like a treasure vault full of money we can't spend. So she can't cook. This girl says, screw you, I ain't cooking for nobody, so damn rough. Let's like fend for yourself out here. Alright, yeah, we can't do anything again. You are tired today. You should go to bed early. I guess so. So we can go here, and we can just jump straight to our room. Alright. Luckily, this time, don't worry, the story is going to advance a bit, so we're going to go to bed, and guess what's going to happen?
Yay, more of the super dark mode.
Exactly. But this time, something's going to happen. Hooray! Alright, at a certain room in the dormitory. See how they said they were going to keep looking at us? They're going to keep analyzing us?
The same as last night.
Very interesting. Even those who have the potential tend to be unstable at first. Memory loss, disorientation. But this subject is rather unique. He hasn't exhibited any of the common symptoms.
Yeah, so even though we're experiencing the dark hour, you know how we just like kind of go get up each day and just go to school? Like nothing's affected us. We're like fine. So he just thinks it's interesting.
But we're treating him like a guinea pig.
I understand your concern, but it's imperative that we recruit new members.
Recruit new members for what, you might ask?
I heard he's your classmate. Wouldn't you be more comfortable working with someone from the same grade?
Yeah, I guess. But still.
Oh. An emergency call from outside rang through the room.
Command room. Is that you, Akihiko?
You're not gonna believe this. This thing is huge. Unfortunately, I don't have time to talk. It's chasing me. I wanted to let you guys know. I'm almost there.
Does that mean he's bringing that thing here?
Yes, that idiot has something chasing him, and he ran back to the dorm with it.
Mr. Chairman, let's suspend our observation for now. We'll prepare for battle.
Right. Be careful.
Alrighty. So, I hear a bunch of noise. So he's back.
Akihiko!
I'm all right. Get ready to be surprised. It'll be here any second.
This is no time to joke around.
Yeah, look at his face. Looks like he's like super into it. It looks like he's like evil.
It's one of them, Akihiko?
Yes, but not an ordinary one.
Uh-oh.
What the? You've got to be kidding me!
Mr. Chairman, please head for the command room. Takiba, go upstairs and wake him up. Then escape out the back.
But what about you two?
We'll stop it here. You led it to us, Akihiko, so I'm afraid you'll have to fight.
Like I had a choice. What are you waiting for, Yukari? Go!
Alright, so something is going to attack us, and so they're trying to evacuate our main character so we don't get our shit pushed in, I guess. Your room. You were awoken by a loud noise. You decided to go take a look. Alright, let's see.
Wake up! Sorry, I'm coming in.
What if we were like sleeping naked and she just walks in on us? That'd be so embarrassing.
I don't have time to explain.
And she's like, oh, I forgot what I came in here for.
Oh, jeez, right? I'm sure, right? So we have to get out of here. What's going on?
Hurry, downstairs. We'll leave through the back door.
But what's happening?
Wait.
You didn't explain.
Take this, just in case.
Oh, what did she give us?
A gun.
No, a short sword.
Okay, let's go.
Oh.
Just a weapon, right? Like, oh, okay. Dormitory first floor at the rear entrance.
All right, we should be safe now.
Takeba, do you read me?
Yes, I hear you.
Be careful. There's more than one enemy.
Uh-oh.
The one we're fighting isn't the one Akihiko saw.
Oh, so we're getting swarmed, apparently. We're getting super attacked.
What?
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Let's pull back.
Alrighty, so we're trying to find a way out. Second floor.
What was that?
Uh-oh, someone's attacking
It's getting
us.
closer. Keep moving, hurry.
Alrighty, so we're outside now.
The door's locked. I think we're safe for now.
Do you think they're safe?
No.
Of course not. Here's on the roof. I mean, kind of an open area. When has anybody ever been safe on the roof?
Literally
so-
no one.
Oh, what is this? Oh, what's that?
Ew.
So it's a bunch of hands, a mask, a bunch of swords.
It climbed up
What
a
the heck
wall?
is that?
So it's some sort of creature.
There. They're on the roof.
That gigantic shadow. Just what is it we're dealing with?
Let's go, Mitsuru. Wait.
Alright, so they're rushing to help us,
That's the thing that
but
attacked
will they
this
get here in
place.
time?
We call them shadows.
Alright, so a little bit of a drop. There we go. So shadows is what they've been fighting this whole time. Some sort of supernatural entities called shadows.
Oh yeah, I have to fight. I can summon mine, no problem.
Mm-hmm. So, I think we're gonna get a little bit of a cutscene here. Oh no, a little gameplay thing. Alright, so she's supposed to use the gun. Remember she's scared of using the gun though?
Yeah.
So she failed to use it. Our emo-ass character that'll take a gun, bah, shoots himself.
Dies.
Right? No, but I'm not kidding though. Look at him. Look at this emo motherfucker. He's like, I'll do it. Alright, do it, my boy. So that's a persona. That's how a persona works.
That's such a weird way to summon it.
It is. They'll explain it later too.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. See how I had like one base form and it transformed to something else?
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. It's like totally destroying the monster.
Oh, jeez.
Alright, so something's up there. Look at that. So they're kind of freaked
What
out.
on earth was that?
Yeah, nobody knows what they just saw. Alright, so look at that persona. And then transform back. So I wonder what that means. The fact that it has like two forms. Interesting. The sun's swell of power has subsided. Orpheus regains its original form. So yeah, Orpheus is our persona. And I think in this game, everybody has a persona that has to do with a Greek myth, I think.
Okay.
So you have
So
obtained...
question.
Yes.
Actually, no. I'm going to tell the people myself. I'm going to look up Orpheus and see if I can try to predict how it ties into this guy.
Ah, okay, perfect. So it says you have obtained a new persona. All right.
Is it over?
It's not over.
Still moving.
A piece of the shadow is heading for Yukari.
No, get away from me.
You have to save her. Nah.
Do I though?
Here's your dick. Nah. So here's our first little fight. It's just like a little tutorial though. So this is what the combat looks like. You have like your wheel here, and you have attack, skill, items, tactics, which means like what your buddies do in your team. You have a persona where you get to like, look at your list of them, and you have defense. or run away. But we can't run away. So in this case, let's attack. All right, so we attack with our sword, and of course it's turn-based. These games are always turn-based. How about we use bash? It's a bit stronger. Yeah, so anytime someone uses a persona, they have to shoot themselves with that thing. And like I said, later it'll kind of explain why. So.
Okay.
All right. There we go. It's a little mini battle. There you go. And then we get a results screen with our experience. So you felt a surge of energy after the recent battle. So we are already to level 3. So we went from level 1 all the way to level 3. Pretty good.
Yeah.
And then our persona also leveled up. So it's kind of like Pokemon, where like, you know how your Pokemon level up? So you level up as like the character overall, and then each of your creatures levels up too.
That's pretty cool.
And then you see how it said next level 2, he would gain a move. So we gained the move that was on the list right there. See that? So it kind of gives you a preview of what you can learn. So that's kind of cool. The monsters disappeared. It seems 𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐤 is safe too. Ellipses. You feel exhausted. You are losing consciousness. Ellipses. And you pass out. Yeah, so you literally passed out.
Are you okay? Oh, come on. Please, can you hear me? Answer me!
Nah, our boy dead. Alrighty. Pretty cute. Alright, and we're going to stop right here for this section. So as you can see, we're kind of getting there. Like I said, this is all still really introductory because it's such a big game. But as you can see, we learned a little bit more about the Midnight Hour. We learned a little bit more about how this stuff works, about how only certain people can be awake during it. And we're apparently one of those people because we're able to summon a persona. But summon of our persona was a bit off, and it kind of surprised everybody. So we'll have to see, what's up with that later. But yeah, there you go, guys. If you like what you saw, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Terrific. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, man. No, I am very glad to, explore this game with you, especially since it's a super hyped up game that I've just never taken the time to get into. So I'll talk about Orpheus next episode.
Yeah, I was going to say, save it for next time. We'll talk about it next time for sure. Alrighty, guys. But there you go. Catch us next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.